Okay, everybody, Seth with Everyman Prepping here, and we need to talk about the attack on Tower 22 base that's on the Jordan-Syrian border. You've probably heard about it. Happened earlier this morning. I finally had time to sit down and do a video about it. I've been out doing the things. I've been in my garden. I planted the fava beans, cleaned up the garden a little bit because, well, we need to grow our own food. So hopefully you're growing your own food or some of it. You have some chickens or something because as this war escalates in the Middle East, which it does, and we mix in China and the other stuff, you're going to need to grow and produce as much food that you can on your own. Even a little bit helps, so hopefully you're doing that. That's what I was doing. But let's get into talking about what happened, why it might have happened, and what this is going to lead to. So let's take a look here at the base from above. I think this is a Google view shot. As we go through this, please like the video, share, comment, all that great stuff, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. But you can see from this view, you know, it's a straight desert base. It's small. It's a helicopter base. You can see the helicopters here in black. It serves 1 to 200 service people. There was a drone attack last night. They're not saying if it's one drone, multiple drones, but drone attack, 3 dead, 25, 30 injured or so. And this leads to a lot of questions I have, which I'm going to go through here in a minute. One of them is, why hasn't this base been attacked before? There's been 100 attacks, 100 plus attacks on U.S. bases that were in Iraq, northern Syria, other places, in that area. But this one hasn't been touched. And when it does, we have mass casualties. So that's very odd. Just think about that in a minute. Just let that stick in the back of your mind as we go through some other stuff here. And we'll pull up a map here of the base. You can see they put it right on the Jordan-Syrian border. In there, Iraq is very close. But that's where, they have everybody situated. If you look, let's look at this here in a minute. They're calling it Area 55. It's this whole area in this dotted line. I mean, Tower 22 is this little one here. Jordan earlier today was saying, that's not in Jordan, it's in Syria. But wherever it is, it's right on the border. It's, all these U.S. air bases around here. The attack, they said, came from Syria, came from the northern part of Syria. The administration out is already blaming, Iranian-supported groups did this. Iran is really saying, well, we didn't have much to do with this, or we didn't do anything to do with this at all. But you got everybody coming out, and they want blood now. And this is what the administration, to be honest with you, has been looking for. This is a picture I found on the internet. It's supposedly from the base, not anytime recent or anything, just a file photo. But you can kind of see the terrain, straight desert, some of the troops here, whatnot. So, they're very isolated and out there on their own. And, what kind of air defense did they have? And we'll get into that in a minute. Why wasn't that working? And this is the Iranian base they think it came from is in Syria. This is an old photo from 2019. But the Ali training facilities where they think it was launched from. So maybe they'll carpet bomb this thing. I don't know. But, as I mentioned earlier, this is what, not to sound callous, but what the United States, the West has been waiting for. They've been waiting for, and I've been saying this, U.S. soldiers to die so they could go hard at Iran. They need an excuse to really go into Iran and bomb it, go after their nuclear sites, go after their Navy, their Air Force, who knows what. We'll see what the reaction is the next day or so, but they have what they want now, and they got it. Now, that leads to another question is, well, why did this happen? So, they were never attacked before. There's no air defense. You would think with all the other attacks on the air bases, this place would have air defense, would have it ready to go, would be, the soldiers are, see what's happening at their bases. And they've obviously been doing stuff not to be injured. What happened here? Not in the same degree as the attack like on Pearl Harbor, but was it a type of Pearl Harbor type thing where it was kind of let to happen or something like that? There's no air defense. And the Pentagon said, we're trying to figure out what happened to the air defense. Yeah, I'd like to know too. Why wasn't there air defense? Why didn't something come up? Did they just have none there? Which would be incompetence, I guess, at the best. But so, that's one thing what you think about is, why were the casualties so high for this base? And why was there no air defense at all? And that leads to think, well, this definitely could be a legitimate attack. Definitely could be Iranian forces, Iranian Republican Guard, backed or not. Definitely could be legit, all that. And they just got through the air defense, or there just was a mistake. There wasn't. Could be. Or it could be one of those false events that someone put together in order to give the United States the reason it needs to go attack Iran. So it could be one of those false events. So, put in the comments below if you think. And if you know I'm not saying the false other words, it's because, YouTube will, hit this video over the head and won't get out to anybody. And we need the word to get out. We need to get this thing shared and liked and everything, which helps because the reason we make these is so people can hear them. Anyway, going on from that, we have what does the United States do? What do they want to do with this? So let me put up this real quick. Let me show you. We have senators that are ready to go. Got Lindsey Graham out there. Hit Iran now. Hit them hard. Then you got John Cornyn. Target Iran. So there's many others. This is two that, pulled out. Lindsey Graham, he's a huge war hawk. He can't wait to go to war. They want to go straight after Iran. Maybe they will. We're going to see what the United States does. Do they, go hit them proper? Do they go after some of their naval ships in the Red Sea? Do they just go to, the bases here, these bases they have here that are in Iraq and in Syria and Jordan, and do they just eliminate these? Do they eliminate some of the Hezbollah stuff to help out Israel? Israel is thinking of going into Lebanon right now. Is this give the U.S. the firepower it needs? Not the firepower, but the reason it needs to help Israel and say, well, we're going to take out all the Iranian supported Hezbollah in Lebanon, and that helps, Israel. Is that given the reason to do that? Could be. I don't know. So the last thing I want to talk to you about is Iran's really not taking credit for this. They're out there saying it really wasn't them. I don't think there's a group that has claimed responsibility. There's some talk that a group in the northern part of, in the northern Iraq, the bases, the Iranian bases out there, the Republican Guard. I don't know. We should see a response in the next day or two. Usually the United States takes, maybe 5 to 7 days to respond, but I think there's going to be a quick response on this. We'll see that right now. As I'm doing this video, I did a quick check of my intel sources, and there's a lot of planes flying up over Baghdad right now, refuelers, recon planes, doing all kinds of stuff. There's the drones up. So we're seeing a lot of air activity in the Iraqi airspace right now. Are they planning to do stuff? We'll see. The response will dictate a lot. If they just go after bases, in Syria and in Jordan and Lebanon and stuff, it won't escalate the war as much, obviously, as if they bomb Iran proper, inside Iran. So that's the next step we're waiting for. So short video, that's just what I have for you. As I get more information, hopefully we'll get some photos soon. Usually there's photos coming out of this stuff. Haven't seen a single one. So when I get some photos or intel, I'll post it on my X account and also see if I can put some up here on the community page. And write any comments below with anything you have, intel you may want to share. Until next time, keep your ear to the ground, head on a swivel.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.